Happy New Year! My first video of 2019! And what's this year gonna bring us? Truly, what is it gonna bring us? We know 2018 was a ride, so no doubt 2019 is only going to be more intense, but I'm excited. I'm extremely excited to figure out what this roller coaster of a year I'm sure it's gonna be is going to bring us. I think it's gonna be one for the history books. And as for this video, as you know, I haven't done one of these general updates in like a week and a half now, so this is just gonna be short, sweet, to the point. We'll cover some of the stuff that's gone on the past couple of days, and that's that, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, first of all, shout out to a sponsor of this channel in virtualshield.com. Virtual Shield is a VPN, virtual private network service. And what you basically do is download their app. You connect whichever one of your devices you want to their service, and it allows you to browse the web anonymously. And in doing so, it protects your identity. And because you're browsing the web anonymously, it also keeps your data private. So whether you're sending credit card info or your address over the internet, you're able to encrypt that and keep it safe. So a VPN is a very good idea to utilize to protect yourself, to keep yourself safe with your internet browsing. If you want to check out Virtual Shield's service, there'll be a link in the description down below this video. All right, guys, so now the first few things that I want to cover in this video are some pieces of mis and disinformation that I've seen over the last week. So I haven't been posting quite as much, but I've definitely been lurking on the internet, and there's a lot of clickbait that I'm seeing fly around, so I want to touch on that. First of all, let's talk about this video right here. So this video surfaced the same day as that New York electric plant explosion, you know, what made the sky glow blue. And this video came out, and you can see a bunch of lights. What look to be UFOs in this video. These UFOs are all blinking. They're in that triangle shape. The top one comes down, and then near the end of this video, you can see they all somewhat dematerialize. They phase out of existence right here. Now, what do I want to say about this video? A few things. First of all, I feel like that it could have been a reflection, but also that phase out, that dematerialize at the end here, that straight looks like CGI to me, computer-generated imagery. So it looks fake. I've seen quite a few UFO videos in my day, and this one just does not look real. Not only that, but there's just weird, ominous music that's overlaid onto the video. So all you get is music, and you get no other audio. So you can't hear the reaction of the filmmaker or the reaction of anybody that might have been there when this video is being taken. And that's a big thing to look out for when analyzing whether a video is real or not, is the reactions of the people in the video. If you get no reactions, it's probably fake. It's probably CGI. But if you're hearing reactions of the people taking the video, like shock or awe or curse words, for instance, like holy shit, what is that in the sky? Then it's probably going to be a bit more real. That's more evidence that you have that it's real, right? So we get no reaction with this video. We get weird music. We get what looks to be CGI. I personally don't think this is a legit video. So again, guys, be very careful. Be very critical with your thinking, with your analyzing. Don't get caught up with something that looks amazing or looks sensational to you. Make sure you have all the facts before you begin reporting on things. Now, this website right here, whatdoesitmean.com. Whatdoesitmean.com is the website of known disinformation. Sorchafal, S-O-R-C-H-A-F-A-A-L, Sorchafal, right there. And Sorchafal, this website, I've been familiar with for like 3 or 4 years now, and pretty much the whole time, I've known it's been clickbait and fake news, disinformation. I mean, you just read these headlines and they are really on the level of like Neon Nettle and Your Newswire type fake news stuff. It's just so clickbait. I mean, the one that really set me off that I just knew was ridiculous that I've seen flying around that we'll cover here is this one. Trump throws Mattis out of Pentagon, then replaces him with world's foremost Nazi UFO expert. Talk about clickbait headline. They're trying to claim that the brand new Deputy Secretary of Defense, Patrick Shanahan, who actually assumed command of the DoD today on the 1st, but they're trying to claim that Patrick Shanahan is a globally renowned mechanical aircraft engineer, which he is, but one of whose fields of expertise are the anti-gravity aircraft discoveries made by Austrian engineer Victor Schauberger. There's literally nothing in here. Like, if you look at these links, it looks like there's hyperlinks in here to source their work, but they're really not. If you look at the hyperlink, this is just something to the DoD. This is just something to schauberger.co.uk. This is something to a museum.org website. Like, if you actually look at the links, there is nothing that connects Patrick Shanahan to anti-gravity research or the research of Victor Schauberger. And then it gets into just a lot of other baseless claims. Like, these sorts of articles you have to be careful with. You have to spend the extra minute to look at the sources, look at the links, because in here, none of the links actually give evidence to the claims made. So it's total clickbait. I've seen this article fly around, which is why I wanted to cover it, and it's not true. Now, Mr. Boeing, Mr. Patrick Shanahan, definitely intrigues me. He's been a proponent of the Space Force. He used to be a VP at Boeing, so he might very well know information about black projects and the UFO phenomenon, etc., but we don't know that. We can't claim that. We have no sauce for it, as they say on 8chan. So again, be very careful, guys. Now, last thing I want to cover here on the topic of disinformation agents, and I'm going to give a little bit of backstory with this very convenient article discussing it right here. Now, first of all, let's talk about this article and what's contained in it. So this came out from the New York Post. It says, "Inside peek at the erotic New Year's Eve Illuminati ball." What the heck is the Illuminati ball? Now, what the Illuminati ball is, it was created by a woman named Cynthia Von Bueller. Remember that name, Cynthia Von Bueller. And it's a public event, but it's private. It's invitation only. You actually have to sign up and get admitted to go. But it's a public event, $200 to $400 a ticket. It's held in New York City, and it's just really weird. Now, Von Bueller claims that it's not a sex party and all this stuff, but nevertheless, there's a human cake there, quote, cake, with a model's face, hands and feet sticking out of the body-shaped dessert. Really weird stuff. They have different rooms. It's a big masquerade ball. She's actually made multiple of these in the past. In recent years, she's been holding these. She claims it has nothing to do with black magic, but nevertheless, the whole idea of the Illuminati ball is an Illuminati that has been started to help animals and the environment. But it's just, I mean, look at this stuff. It's like S&M type nonsense at this. I venture to guess that there's nothing actually illegal or bad at this, but I wouldn't doubt if the folks connected to this ball actually go hold maybe another event somewhere or are connected in with secret society stuff. It's just weird, right? It's weird. Human cake, calling it Illuminati. She's a children's book author by day, an illustrator and a children's book author by day, and a sex party thrower, weird stuff by night. I mean, okay. Now you get the backstory. This Illuminati ball thing, it's been held before. Cynthia Von Bueller does it. It's weird. You want to know who's connected to Cynthia Von Bueller? Speaking of disinformation agents, our favorite YouTuber, Dark Journalist. So the Dark Journalist, his fake name he goes by, the Daniel List. That Daniel List name, he actually made music under the name Daniel List quite a few years ago. And guess who produced the music for him? Cynthia Von Bueller. Huh. Crazy, crazy stuff. So you can see the weird connections there. I wonder if Dark Journalist is going to go to that Illuminati ball. Maybe it was there last night. But nevertheless, weird connections. You know, Dark Journalist. I actually heard of Cynthia Von Bueller and this Illuminati ball thing last year when the Dark Journalist first started attacking me. So I dug up these connections and I was like, oh my God. So when I saw these articles go around just the past couple days about Von Bueller and this Illuminati ball, I was just dying. It's so easy. Like when you actually take a minute to research this stuff and people and their connections and all that, it's so easy to out them. So we've got connections between this Illuminati ball with the human cake and weird stuff to the Dark Journalist, and Dark Journalist just has all of his, you know, disinfo assets, the COINTEL cult really around him. I've been seeing weird connections between Dark Journalist and that crew, and like the Fade to Black crew, and even the Gaia camp. So it's just tangled webs, guys. Tangled webs that get weaved in these truther communities. Truly is. It's crazy. There's so much controlled opposition out there, really more than you probably want to believe, but you got to believe it. No false idols, guys. No false idols. All right, so next thing I want to discuss is Strategic Command's Twitter. So the U.S. Strategic Command Twitter page tweeted a tweet yesterday. This was actually it right here. I was following it. I actually saw when they tweeted it, and then they deleted it. So STRATCOM went and tweeted this. It says, Times Square tradition rings in the new year by dropping the big ball. If ever needed, we are ready to drop something much, much bigger. And it was a video here of their B-2 bomber dropping bombs. Now, if you follow Q, something big is about to drop, right? Dropping something much, much bigger. It all sounds like messages, right? Messages to the deep state that big things are about to drop. Declassification, things of that nature. So Strategic Command going and tweeting this and then deleting it just a couple of hours later. You can see right here, something big is about to drop. I tweeted in response to it, and then they deleted it. And then they, I found they deleted it, and I was like, wow, looks to be a message. Looks to be a message right there by them tweeting this and deleting it. They claim that it was made in poor taste and doesn't reflect their values, but is anything really an accident at this level these days? I don't know. I don't know. It would have been double-checked, triple-checked, and I think this was done with a very specific purpose of sending a sort of message. Something big, dropping soon, wouldn't doubt it. Next, we talked about that statement from Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan. He's making a statement today, assuming command of the DoD. Now moving on into Smallville. Smallville star Allison Mack cites Scientology in her defense in the accusations of being a NXIVM sex slave cult leader in a federal court case. So she is literally claiming that she shouldn't be charged with any of these charges if the Church of Scientology isn't guilty of the exact same thing. This is just crazy stuff. Is this the real world here? I guess it is. But no doubt this is putting the Church of Scientology on blast because, she's trying to invoke that defense in federal court. And they're so grasping at straws here that they literally have to invoke this sort of defense with the Church of Scientology. So it's just ridiculous. And this is one of the big things that happened in 2018. 2018 was most definitely glorious. So many things happened. NXIVM bust, one of the pivotal ones right there. And lawsuit still going on with that, and it looks like they're failing miserably. Next, another organization failing miserably is the Vatican. So the Vatican having a terrible 2018, which makes me have a little better of one. But the Vatican here, their spokesman, their main two spokesmen actually, their spokesman and their deputy spokesman both resigned suddenly amid overhaul by Pope Francis. So no doubt the two people who were responsible for the communications of the Vatican are probably wanting out of the Vatican. They don't want to have to deal with the onslaught of ass covering that they're going to have to do, I'm sure, in 2019. So they dip quick. I think we had the Department of Defense spokesperson also quit yesterday. So a lot of these communications managers dipping out. And a couple of last things here. Let's talk about this tweet from Praying Medic. So Praying Medic tweeting about a letter from the House Judiciary Committee that came out. This letter coming from Trey Gowdy and Bob Goodlatte. And what Praying Medic noticed here is that within this letter, it basically said that the investigations that were begun in the House are going to continue in the Senate until such time as the requested documents have been declassified and reviewed. So all these documents are in regarding to the FISA declassification, lots of stuff going on with the DOJ and the FBI as well, all those investigations. But like Hugh's been saying, the Senate was the target. The Senate was the target for multiple different reasons. The Senate has more power than the House for lots of different stuff. Judge confirmations, cabinet member confirmations, and also these investigations, which are now going to continue in the Senate. So very good news, and very soon I think we're going to see some bombs drop, FISA bombs, other declassifications. Remember, 2019 here, we also have that executive order about court-martials going into effect today, and more specifically, the death penalty section about that executive order going into active today. So lots of stuff lining up. Lots of stuff lining up. I'm sure 2019 is going to start with some fireworks. So that's why I'm trying to pump out some videos right now before it gets started. And last thing here I want to discuss is this just awful, awful article by Vox.com. They really tried to end 2018 wrong here. And it says why conspiracy theories matter and why 2018 was a highly conspiratorial year. Why was it? Well, I can answer that. Because people are waking up. That's it. And throughout this whole article, they try to go into an in-depth piece about so many different things. I mean, they're talking about vaccines in this article. They're talking about 9/11 in this article. They're talking about Pizzagate in this article. They're trying to discredit QAnon. They're trying to throw propaganda out about so many different things. And this is fantastic news because the deep state is scared shitless. They're scared shitless as to what 2019 is going to bring. They don't want people to wake up. They don't want declass to happen, bombs to drop, them to get put behind bars, and they know that that's imminent. And we know that that's imminent too, guys. So have patience, and I think 2019 is going to be great, great year. Lots of stuff's going to happen. So buckle your seatbelts, guys, and get yourself prepared too. Because when crazy stuff starts to happen, that means people are going to start believing us. We're going to get that validation. And then we're going to be able to talk to more people and wake more people up. So that exponential increase we saw in 2018 is only going to get more intense. That's it for this one. Check back soon. Peace out.